Mm. All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome everyone. It's Monday evening and we are we'll be starting with chapter 21 from the book, The Practical Work on Self. But before we do that, I think we should spend a few minutes talking about the exercise that we did for the last 2 weeks and maybe share some of our observations. Anybody has anything that they would like to share? Welcome, Michelle.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
So we are just about to start with the new chapter, but I thought before we start the new chapter, it'd be worthwhile to talk about our experiences from the last chapter, which was about picking an object and uh,
Yeah.
cl- setting that object as the solar absolute for you. So if you have any experience that you would like to share, please do so. Well, if there's nobody that wants to say something, I'll talk about uh, my experience with it. Uh, I sent out an email last week, but I'll repeat that again. I set my Rubik's Cube, which I have at all times and on my desk. I set that as the solar absolute. And I usually use this Rubik's Cube for as an outlet for my nervous fidgeting, Anytime I see a cube, I want to solve it, and I'm always trying to beat my own personal record and stuff like that. So I always have an itch to solve it. I can't see it unsolved. So the first thing that I realized when I decided that this is going to be the solar absolute is that I can't change uh, the cube. I can't mess with the cube. I can't rearrange it. I cannot um, make it so that it's back to its original condition. I had to get comfortable with it being the way it was, uh, which was a challenge, if I'm being honest, because usually I don't even think about it. I just pick it up and I start you know, fidgeting with it. And even before I realize that I have done anything to it, I'm 10 seconds down about solving it. But this was quite a challenge to keep it like it is. Uh, and I managed to stop myself from, mechanically just picking it up and working with it. Uh, Another thing was, uh, I noticed it whenever I came to my room here, uh, near my desk. I would look at it and I would acknowledge it uh, to be the solar absolute. And in a day or two, I started believing that it was the solar absolute. I remember sitting in the living room on my couch and thinking about uh, how this cube is just sitting in my desk and the whole of my world, whatever I'm perceiving, is supported by this object and it's emanating from this object, which brought a sense of comfort and discomfort at the same time. So, uh, uh,
When you think about the solar absolute, what do you feel or what do you see? How do you,
well, when I think about the solar absolute, uh, it it always mm, gives well, whenever I thought this week about it, it got me out of the sleep or the mechanicality of the event or whatever I was thinking about or going through. And uh,
bigger.
hmm And there were times where I was nervous about few things, whatever was happening, but all whenever I came back to the solar absolute, it made me realize, oh, this is nothing. All these problems that I'm thinking about are meaningless compared to the grand scheme of things. Uh, but then again, in 5 minutes, I would again be worried about, those things again. Uh,
Nice.
But yeah, I finally picked it up and I said, okay, the exercise is complete, and I started playing with it. And now I'm already playing with, you know, can't help myself. But yeah, that was my experience with this exercise. It was quite interesting. Uh, Quite funny at times, quite serious at other times. Uh, things like that.
Thank you.
Anybody else would like to share anything from this week or past or the last week?
Or about anything.
Yeah, or about anything. Anything that you did this week that you could share with the group.
Well, I think for me, it's something I can hold in my hands, and so sometimes I would just hold it in my hands, and if I think about the solar absolute, yeah, it was almost like there was a melting of my personality and dissolving. So it helped me when I have some issue also or difficulties to just be able to expand my own self to a different space so so it's almost like that wasn't present anymore, the problem, but I still had to face it, but I was able to let go of it for a little bit.
What was your
uh,
object, Michelle?
Pardon?
What
it's
was
a
your
little
object?
it's a little like a little amulet, a little.
I see.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, something bigger than much bigger, like that allows me to identify less with my own self. So that was very useful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I started with a small statue of the Buddha. And I just started about quite often I forget about it, and I to keep reminding myself. So I haven't made much progress, but I started with a small statue which can fit in the pocket. It's actually, yes, not that big small, like a figurine. Yeah.
Can
What was
someone
your
repeat? I
experience?
didn't hear very well.
Well,
Sorry, I was
Rajesh said
saying,
that. Go
yeah,
ahead.
go
Sorry.
ahead.
No, please go ahead. Sorry.
I was saying that I started with the small figurine kind of statue of Buddha, Lord Buddha, and I placed it in my computer monitor near. But unfortunately, it was all holiday, so I was hardly going into my office. So I didn't get much reminding time where I was reminding that this is my solar absolute. As soon as I enter my office, sit on my desk, then because it is in front of me, then it's easy for me to remind. Whenever it's out.
Anybody else? Well, in that case, we can, I think, move on to the next chapter, chapter 21, New Day Every Day. And let me share my screen and let me know when you guys can see it.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, if you guys, any of you guys want to get this started, go ahead.
I can start. Chapter 20. New day every day. The machine has the disease of tomorrow. Tomorrow is the only day which, just perhaps, could be that not quite attainable day of roses. In work, however, we can take nothing for granted. We can quite accept ordinary sleep and surrender to it without much struggle when we are young. Later in life, even ordinary sleep, but not nearly as much as it resists death. And I
We can persuade the machine to surrender to ordinary sleep because the machine is reasonably certain that tomorrow it will open its eyes and find everything more or less the same as it was today. If everything remains rational and predictable, even if miserable, then the machine will not, unless something very unexpected happens to disturb its usual smug somnambulance, become too upset. Animals do not make a distinction between sleep and death. The human biological machine, among all creatures of organic life, resists death. Animals may struggle against an enemy or to escape a trap, but they will never resist a quiet death. If the human biological machine knows that it will die soon, its mental centrum will begin to consider very differently about tomorrow. The machine will have a strong desire to live even one more hour, and hopefully even one more day, unless it is very bad pain. I pass.
The machine has the disease of tomorrow. Tomorrow just perhaps could be that not quite attainable day of non-stop absence of pain, even if today was stones and yesterday was shit. Death, no matter when it comes, will always seem to the machine to come at just the wrong moment, just when everything is about to go right. Death cheats the machine of this hope. It is a special sleep from which the machine is sure it will never wake up. Death can come at any time, but most easily and without our notice at night. Each day, the machine happens to live on its due, mostly to blind luck. So many things can happen. If we should happen to wake up in the machine tomorrow morning, we should, at the first glimpse of a new day, fall on our knee with gratitude for another chance to accomplish what we failed to accomplish with the machine yesterday. Pass.
Maybe we will have a whole day to work on self. Maybe only the time to brush our hair and comb our teeth. Each night, as we lay down with the machine, we should strive to see sleep as a kind of death, understanding that there exists a very real possibility that we may not, for one reason or another, awaken in the morning. And I pass.
If we enter deep sleep voluntarily, allowing the little ideas to continue during the night, and it happens not to influence our ultra suggestible machines into an immediate termination of life, then we ought, at the dawn of a new day, to feel the impulse of real gratitude for the possibility for work presented by an additional day of life. When we wake in the morning, besides jumping out of bed like a jungle animal, eyes open and at full all centrums alert, we should spend the first 5 minutes doing nothing but trying to awaken the machine. Then we should form the idea in our mental centrum that we have awakened in a new world. We must not assume that what we see today is the same as what we saw yesterday. People and things we think we recognize may not be exactly the same today as they were the day before. In this life, we must take nothing for granted. We cannot assume that just because our surroundings seem familiar, they have any relation to what we learned about our outer world yesterday. Not only will everyone's state be different, but in a real way, everything will be different, just like a new world. Pass.
Even when looking into a mirror, and maybe especially then, we are sure to see a total stranger to what we were yesterday. We must be very careful to observe the machine and everything else with new eyes, as if seeing a new world for the very first time. For now, we are not interested in every little detail of this new world, only in its most gross manifestations. Later, with practice, we will see much more. In this experiment, we must try to see ourselves as a complete stranger to the machine and to this world, exiled from our familiar surroundings, living a life totally uncustomary to our habitual experience. We can observe, making no assumptions that we understand what we see, knowing nothing about the significance of it all. And I pass.
No one wants to continue?
Where are we? We
Uh,
must learn.
mhm.
Hmm?
Yes.
We must learn to think, feel, and sense ourselves in exile from the planet yesterday, with only the vague possibility of arriving at the planet today, where we are like newborns who know nothing of what may be in store for us. Too often do we mistake one word for a similar word, one object for another object like it, and one person for someone else just because they have similar features. We often make someone pay for something another did just because they remind us vaguely of someone who wronged us in the past, but is now not available for the possible expression of our revenge. Even when waking in the morning and seeing those we take as our ordinary friends and family, we can try to see that they are not the same as those of yesterday, even in the ordinary sense. Every day, we are really in a strange land among strangers we do not know and cannot completely know. For today, they are not what they were yesterday, and we cannot depend on them to be the same.
We must rearrange our idea of the world to see that each new day is really a new world, and that those things which appear the same really are not the same.
And that's the end of the chapter. I think this is one of those chapter that generates the sense of urgency. Uh,
Okay.
it's like, oh, I don't have that much time, or I don't have that much of a time as I think I do. But
Agree. Sense of urgency by a day.
by a day,
Yeah, by a day. Because the other chapter, which is raising a sense of urgency by an hour, last hour, that will be even more, much more provoking ourselves. But it's a
So
really good chapter.
how can you feed your urgency? So urgency is kind of a generality, right?
yes.
So go to the next, go down a couple of pages. Each night, as we lay down with the machine, we should strive to see sleep as a kind of death. Understand that there exists a very real possibility that we may not, for one reason or another, awaken in the morning. Is that something you think you can do? I mean, Elka's just getting up, so
It,
Yeah,
it's a new day for her. Reborn.
yeah.
Reborn every day.
but the people living in Detroit, Michigan, they're about ready to go to bed.
We are right about end of the day.
And they're hoping that they'll wake up in the morning. We hope that for you too.
It will be a new day tomorrow.
Then you go down a little bit, Nikhil. So that's number one. Number two, when we wake in the morning, so we went to bed, right? It's very pragmatic. You go to bed. And carry that vision in your brain. Now we wake up in the morning. Besides jumping out of bed like a jungle animal, does anybody jump out of bed like a jungle animal now?
Too old for that now.
Too old. He's too old for that. He just kind of oozes out of the bed. When we wake up in the morning, spend the first 5 minutes doing nothing but trying to awaken the machine. 5 minutes. That might be too long, right?
Yes,
How about 1 minute?
reasonable.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So we went to bed at night, realized we may not get up, but we did get up. We woke up, and for 1 minute, we're going to change the suggested exercise time. Try to awaken the machine. This is before you get into your slippers on the floor. Right? Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay. Good. All right. Now go to the next page. And then it's this first paragraph there. It's like, here's a couple of, when looking into a mirror, do you think that you'll be looking into a mirror in the next 24 hours? Anybody?
Yeah.
Michelle is. Nobody else, I guess.
Yes.
Elka's going to be looking in the mirror. That's it.
Looking at this Zoom is kind of looking into the mirror, right?
So this says, when looking into the mirror, and maybe especially then, make sure you see a total stranger. There's a number of exercises in different traditions like this.
Like what other tradition?
Just right now, focus on this.
Okay.
Attempt to be pragmatic.
Okay.
And instead of your brain going off into philosophy, but I shouldn't have even said anything. Observe the machine and everything else with new eyes. Seeing a new world for the very first time. That has a flavor to it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a flavor. It's a
Mm-hmm.
new world. There's a little excitement to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's an adventure. And isn't this something to do with being a voyager?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what we're going to find. And as I've said so many times, my hallway is right down the way here. I don't actually know what's going to be at the end of it. I'm going to go, when this ends, I might get up and look. It might be a desert filled with sandworms. But there's
I
this,
tried doing this while
yeah,
we were talking. Uh,
at
I
your
tried doing
office.
this while we were talking. I
Yeah.
am washing vegetables and I have some mushrooms and beans and I started looking at them like I'm looking at them for the first time and I feel joy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Beautiful. That's beautiful because that mushroom gave its life for your work today, Alka. Those beans grew so that they had a chance to provide work energy for today. They have met their goal of being in the work. And they're alive with energy, and the energy is coming into you. And you can actually develop this as a habit where everything kind of just seems, you're a little bit, you're just a little bit like in wonder. Even if it's the same old kitchen you've been in 1,000 times, just a little bit of wonder.
It's a little bit like being a kid.
100% like being a kid.
Mhm.
You know, look at kids. They just suddenly they see this thing and they start manufacturing the world. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So remember the chapter a few chapters ago about the centrums that die?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
This is the opposite of that. Okay. This is awakening your centrums, like your intellectual centrum, into the world of I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. I might not go to bed tonight now that I think of it. Just keep them to stay up because you never know what's going to happen. But then again, it's exciting to wake up in the morning. So maybe I will go to bed. And in fact, every single thing that you look at, and that's part of the reason for your Rubik's Cube thing, Nikhil, it's in fact different every second.
But
David,
you are also different. One self is different. You look in the mirror and you don't recognize yourself.
If you can get there, that's a very valuable place to be. You see it and you go, oh,
Who's that?
interesting.
Ah, what is my name?
Yeah, if you get to
Ah,
what is my name,
I have a
that's
new name.
that's very good.
Or is the who am I again? Those questions too that came from other philosophy. Who am I?
David,
So,
sorry.
Bernie, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes. I realized that the machine or whatever, we, whatever, uh, tries hardly with strong, tries strong to make things not change. My
Yeah,
English is bad today.
yeah, very well put.
To maintain a line of I am the same as yesterday and I will be the same, and because it's in a way it's comfortable because what happened today will happen tomorrow and I will never die in a way.
Yeah, and isn't that it's safe, isn't it? It feels comfortable.
Yes.
Familiar. Mhm.
And in my experience, we are not afraid of going to bed to rest and sleep because uh, we are comfortable thinking, it's a mental thing, that will tomorrow will come again. Despertar is how we say in English, wake up. But that is all. It's also it's all an hypothesis, no?
Yeah,
Uh,
Hmm.
so this kind of literature puts some stress in our mental concepts because I remember reading a guy asking a dervish that was working somehow, and he asked him, "How do you feel your life?" And the guy said, "I live as I I could not be alive tomorrow or even in the next hour." And the questioner, the guy, said, "Well, I understand that, but that is in a way a reality to all of us." And the
Mm-hmm.
dervish replied, "Oh yes, but how many people live that way?" Because living that way is a challenge. It's a it's living in danger, uh, um, accepting the dangerous life that in reality it is. No, it's the risk of life. I mean, but I understand in my case, and I probably all you happen same. We try to avoid that feeling because uh,
Yeah.
it's uncomfortable. No? But I
And
think this kind of literature, is helpful to exercise that situation. That's it.
thank you, Bernie. And don't forget, everybody, it's already almost 1 a.m. for Bernie. So he's
Yeah.
making huge effort
Yes,
for us
yes,
to
yes.
join us. And
Thank you.
we
Yes,
really thank
because
you for that.
I don't. The machine is not going. All cylinders are not working together.
So here's another way to do this exercise. If you're really stuck in your mechanicality, do you think you're going to be talking to somebody in the next 24 hours?
I'm gonna be talking to a few people outside when I'm done with this.
You will. Okay, you will. Yeah. So yes, it's people don't really answer. Why not? I wonder. Like Michelle, do you think you're going to talk to anybody this in the next 24 hours?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course you're going to. So one way to instill this new day every day concept or new world, when you're talking to the person, really listen to them as they speak. Be in wonder and know that when they're speaking, it's coming from inside their mind and their emotions, their thinking, their mental centrum, their history, and you're seeing this story unfold, even though they're going to just the same thing they say all the time, go take out the trash or whatever it is. But just watch them with great care. First of all, they're another being, which is pretty damn cool, right?
Mhm.
And if you watch them like that, you'll pierce that mechanicality and you'll walk into the wonder of one, into the world of wonder.
David, I remind myself now, came to my mind, that anecdote of this writer, Jean-Paul Sartre, that he stated that he was he was never so alive that while he was in the partisans, in the um, los partisanos in France during the Second World War, and he could be shot anytime. So there is there is a relation between the feeling of danger and aliveness.
Hmm.
You know the word partisanos.
Partisanos.
Yes, the partisanos, they were the guys who fought the Nazis, um, civilians that fought the Nazi regime in
Partisanos.
partisanos.
Yeah.
And he was in those,
Partisans. The partisans.
yes, partisans.
Yeah.
And he said that he felt very alive when he was in that situation of danger. So there is a connection between the aliveness and the feeling of your life can finish anytime, no? Not necessarily to prove it, but I think the people that go after the very dangerous sports or climb the
Hmm.
mountain, we are looking for something that it makes us uh,
Feel more
even
alive.
yes, even in I felt that going very fast with the car. There's a moment that you know your life is a danger, but you can
Hmm.
master it in a way. And there's some kind of feeling, no? Feeling
Well,
of
there's a common one of, like the extreme sports, like skiing or jumping or swimming, driving very, very, very fast. That's one way of doing it, but and what you have is a rush of adrenaline,
yes,
and the adrenaline gets your senses very, very close. Now, um, we can do that, but you have to be active. So when you're in an extreme situation like that, let's say tennis or skiing, the external is forcing you to see the world in a new way, right? Can you
Mm-hmm.
see that?
Yeah.
drugs,
We
drugs.
can do that ourselves by being in a state of wonder, by noticing the things around us in a state filled with wonder, whether it's a glass, you see the glass, or you see a book. Let's say a book. Somebody wrote that. Somebody
Yeah.
sat down and wrote that out. Now
So
you're
David,
reading it. It's got a history.
so so I notice this kind of thing anytime I move to a new city, new town or country, Let's say I moved here in Boulder,
Yeah.
like the first month when I'm like visiting the place for the first time, it's like I'm discovering those new places. But when I keep coming back to those places again, let's say in a few months, those places seem different to me because uh,
Okay.
uh, and I'm more comfortable in that space. Uh,
But like you're gonna go to that. I think you said you go to this chicken wing place, right?
hmm Well, I order it online. They come to me.
Oh my God. So you don't even go out. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Anyway, never mind.
No, but I do go sometimes. So
Okay,
go
good, good,
ahead.
good, good,
Go
good,
ahead
good,
with that
good.
example.
So think of walking into the chicken wing
Oh no.
store and like you're walking through a portal, right? And
Yeah.
what is the space like today? Because you know it's going to be Do they have tables where people eat there, or is it just takeout?
There are tables.
So then you don't know who's going to be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you walk in and you go, oh my gosh, listen, interesting. Oh, well, look at this person, look at that person. And then you go up to the counter, and that person might have been working for 4 hours, right? The one that's helping you on the other side of the counter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you start wondering about them. What's their day like? And then you place your order, whatever the heck it is, and then, you know, you wait and then it comes to you, and then you pay using some system of payment. All of these are magnificent, complex, fascinating transactions. Who's in there? Was anybody in there meant to be there so you could see something? Or was the clerk going to say a word that was important to you all of a sudden? Or if they're out of your favorite style, and then you really get challenged because you're uncertain about the pleasure that will come to you. I don't even hardly know what a chicken wing is, but go ahead, Bernie.
I think we all know in our daily world that the sense of wonderment that you are describing
Yeah,
can be accessed by many ways, natural or
yeah,
unnatural. But in the case of using drugs, the problem of using drugs and wonderment of it changing, entering a new dimension of seeing things that are not as usual, has the big problem that the brain easily gets accustomed. So you need more drugs, more quantity, whatever, and there is a saying in the world of drugs that is, I don't know if you heard it, but very usual. That is use, abuse, and addiction. That is the bad side of that wonderment, because
yeah.
it's
Hmm.
not it's not it's comes
You're
from,
right.
yes, comes
But
from
once again,
outside.
you're using the external to
Yes,
put you into the mood of wonder.
yes, and I believe that what you are trying to convey is a sense of wonderment from inside.
We
Yeah.
carry it around. It's one of our toolkits. Remember our toolkits that we have in our belt?
Mhm.
Wonder. It's wonderful. Filled with wonder.
Yes, I'll be sarcastic. I will say, I wonder if we can sustain in time that wonder.
Uh-huh.
You can if you put in a little effort. Like Bernie's going to go to bed in about 10 minutes. And, and then when he puts the covers over, like, what if you really look at those covers? And then what does it really feel like to lie down? And then he's gone. Okay. But every
There is
moment we have
there
that
is an
chance. Good.
there is an exercise. I think we all have read it. The last hour.
Yeah.
You
It's
know.
coming up. 3 more
Ah,
chapters.
okay. Good. Thank you.
Yeah. The Last Hour of Death.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yes, very.
Also very potent. So find out how you can manifest wonder in your everyday life of mechanicality.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to do 90% of what you're going to do for the next 24 hours is what you did last time. That doesn't mean you can't put wonder in it. I know that some of you right after this class will go get yourself an adult beverage. Just sip it, okay? Just sip it.
You can practice, put some glasses on, like if you forget the exercise, you can just put some glasses and imagine that sometimes, yeah, you can put color glasses or just
That's
change
fun.
change.
That's a fun way to do it. Get
Mm.
glasses that have, that you like that light yellow or whatever it is.
There is that movie with glasses. I don't know. Ichi played it before. It was an important movie, a work movie, but I don't remember. With
Uh,
dark glasses. It might be completely not related, but
is it
just
one of those movies where he put the glasses and he sees everything for what it is, like all the consumer products, it just says consume. I don't remember what that movie was, but
yeah.
right? I think
I've seen it. Yes, it's
yeah,
excellent, excellent,
that was a good
excellent.
movie.
Ah,
Really made me uh, challenge the way I see the world.
good.
But last sharing I do. It's so strong, the brain, that looks
Yeah.
for maintaining the world, the world it believes to be, that an experiment has been done, putting glasses, anteojos, for making things upside down. And after 2 or 3 hours, keeping that glasses on, the brain makes the switch.
Yep.
And even though the glasses turn up the world, you see it normally. It's very powerful, the brain. So
And
we have to
you
make an
don't
effort.
you have to make an effort, but you also just thankful for the brain that it's
Of
trying to
course.
help us, right?
Right, right.
But sometimes we don't need all of that help. Let's see. No, I can't.
Yeah, it will
Slowly,
work.
slowly,
Yeah,
slowly,
slightly
slowly.
more forward.
Find wonder here and now.
Find, what is it? Find wonder here and now.
Yeah, I think that's a great exercise for the week.
I've got all
Yeah.
this all over my house.
Mhm. Yeah, those are good reminding factors.
Hmm. I wonder what we'll do next week.
I wonder, I wonder. Well, we all look different next week. Like we didn't know each other before.
Yeah,
Nice.
next week I'll jump into this call and I'll be joining with strangers.
That's interesting.
All right, looks like we have an understanding of what we need to do this week then. Yes?
Yes.
Awesome. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys next Monday and see how this goes. Good good night, Bernie.
Thank
night,
you.
Bernie.
Good night, Bernie.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
everyone.
Bye-bye.